Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the View from Here, special edition View from Here, View from Zoom. And today we're zooming in with our good friend Amos Norman, who's the executive director at the Renaissance Pointe YMCA. Amos, it's great to be with you. We at Trinity think of you and Renaissance Pointe as one of our friends, one of our, actually, kind of like a ministry partner with the work that you do. But for some of our folks, tell us, I mean, in some ways, you're more than a Y down at Renaissance Pointe.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, well, thank you for having me, first of all. But yeah, I think there is something special. Not that all of the Ys aren't special, but there is definitely something special coming out of Renaissance Pointe. This Y is really has a like community center type feel to it, family atmosphere. A lot of our programming, you'll see, it is really dedicated to helping the entire family units and just having that unification between all of them. And we do some really unique things. Like we serve hot meals every day out of this Y because it's a necessity based off of the location. We have an in-house music studio that we allow the community to come out and use and utilize. It's just a ton of things happening out here.
Yeah, and your neighborhood is a little bit different than, I mean, I live out Southwest. Alexandra lived out Southwest for a while when she was a kid growing up. So, but your neighborhood is different than ours, or maybe even some of the people who watch this. And that influences what you do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the Y in a whole does really good at helping the population that wherever it's located really have a good handle on listening to the community and providing the resources and programs that that particular part of the city needs.
Yeah. We know one of the things, I think one of the things you all do there is in conjunction with another group that we think of as our friends, Fort Wayne United. You all sponsor the late night basketball Friday nights, don't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's an awesome program, man. Can't say enough great things about that program and Irick Headley, his leadership with Fort Wayne United. Yeah, we do the late night basketball program. So typically how that looks is we'll do 6 weeks on and 3 weeks off of late night basketball. And what's so great about that program is it's not just basketball. When these young people come in to play basketball, before they even hit the floor, they're having a consultation with Carmen Moore's team out of Parkview. Mm-hmm. So Parkview Community Nursing volunteers their time, and they're doing blood pressure screens and talking to the individuals about making healthy choices and decisions with their health. We do understand that there's a need to have that consultation with some kind of health official, and a lot of our individuals are not getting that. So they understand before they even hit the floor, they're going to talk to a nurse, and we track that stuff over the duration of time. So we've been able to actually capture some individuals that had that were predispositioned for high blood pressure and things of that nature, and be able to get them help. Wow. So that's awesome. That program also allows us to have a lot of the system leaders come in and just kind of rub elbows with the individuals and the youth as well. So they're getting to spend vital time with different executive directors, CEOs, judges, mm-hmm. law enforcement, fire department. And these individuals come in, and they're coming in just as civilians, and they are getting to know them, and that's been awesome. We have job opportunities in there as well. Individuals have come in and they've left with jobs on the spot. So it's just, it's all about providing opportunity.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, that's both boys and girls. I mean, it's not just
Absolutely, yeah. We have some women that brave the court as
Tough
well.
chicks. Yes,
Um,
tough chicks.
it's the majority men, but we do not discriminate. So we have had girls come in and play, and they do well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
just to be clear, you don't actually have to be a member to be a part of these programs, or?
absolutely not. No, you don't have to be a member to be a part of these programs. That is open for the city. So it's important to know that the late night basketball program is in conjunction with Fort Wayne United as well as the city of Fort Wayne.
Okay.
So that is open for anyone that would like to come. Now we do have a target age that we try to hit. That's 16 through, you know, late 20s is typically who we're serving, but we do take them a little bit young and a little bit older because we don't like to turn anyone away. And the atmosphere is so great to where everybody just kind of fits in. It's always interesting when you get an older team playing against a younger team. There's a lot of mentorship and good camaraderie that actually happens between them. So the vibe is really just everybody, let's just hang out, get along, and have some good basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. People together.
Yeah. Now, you've been closed down now for sneaking up on a couple of months now. I mean,
Yes, sir.
like,
We have.
what is that? What on earth has that been like for you guys? I mean,
Um,
and for that community, the community.
yeah. Well, it's been a challenge. I think that that a lot of the community is actually facing, but we haven't actually been completely dormant during this time, though. So one of the amazing things, or a few of the amazing things, while I have you, is there's a program going on, Operation Lift Spirits, where a lot of the leadership throughout the YMCA, they're actually writing letters and making phone calls to our members, especially the population of the active older adults, the older folks that we have that are Y members. Just making sure that we're providing that socialization to them and they're not feeling forgotten. We've had an amazing footprint on social media, just making sure that we're providing workouts, different healthy tips and things that people can do. And then one of the feature programs that we've been doing out of Renaissance Point is it's our grab and go supper program. And I'm proud to say from March 23rd and as of May 8th, we had already served over 9,000 hot meals,
Wow.
dinners for families. So when we developed that program, we wanted to make sure that we were filling a gap. So Fort Wayne Community Schools has done a phenomenal job already of providing breakfast and lunch, but we wanted to make sure we were doing the dinner piece. Then if they were doing such a great job there, we wanted to do our part in the community. So,
I think if I heard correctly, your mom is one of the people who's helping cook those dinners.
my mom is awesome.
So I wanted to make certain your mom got a moment of recognition here on this little.
Oh yeah, Amos Norman. Yeah, she actually does this program with us, man. It's called Meals for a Cause. And when the world is functioning the way that it's supposed to, every Thursday she comes in and we're from the South, first of all. So she comes in, she makes these amazing Southern meals, man, and it's like overflowing amounts of food, right? And she charges $10, and 100% of those proceeds go into a fund that we utilize here at the Y, and we actually use that as blessings for other organizations. So we've been able to write checks, $3,000 checks for the MS Society. We've written checks to Cancer Society. We've scholarshiped some kids to go to leadership camps and things of that nature. So 100% of that proceed goes to helping other people. That's how we kind of generate some funds to pour into others and kind of put our skin in the game too when it comes to community.
Yeah. Alexander, we gotta get her to teach us how to cook.
I was just
I gotta get Mrs. Norman to teach us how to cook for Thursday nights.
She's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So when do you think we're going to be up and open again? And that's a tricky question, I know, but
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'll give my best shot. So,
someday.
we're really big on making sure that we're following the guidelines of the CDC as well as the governor and the mayor, whatever they're telling us. So, at last, we were able to open up on the 24th. That's when it sounds like gyms would be able to kind of function. We've done a really good job of getting our buildings prepared for some social distancing. What a lot of people will see when they walk into all of our YMCAs now, and you'll see some markings kind of helping individuals understand how to move, some of the precautions that we're taking. You'll see that a lot of the weight rooms are rearranged and kind of moved around just to kind of help people get used to the social distancing. We're going to utilize our gyms probably a little bit differently as far as putting some of our larger classes in larger spaces just to kind of spread out. We'll have a slightly modified schedule as well. And as things get better, we'll start to offer up even more of our programming. But we're going to be safe and kind of take the guidance from the experts on this thing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What else are you all up to right now?
Man, I feel like that's a lot, but
Yeah, that is a ton, isn't it? That is a ton.
just really a lot of preparation and a lot of our leadership. We're just kind of getting together and we're trying to figure out how we can kind of reinvent ourselves and still provide an amazing experience for everybody that's a part of the Y. So what you'll probably see is us trying to become even better at our pre-existing programs.
Mm-hmm.
There might not be a ton of brand new programming coming out right now because we want to take our pre-existing programming and take that to the next level right now with a lot of intentionality. But we're really working on our craft and our trade. All of the leadership has been doing a phenomenal job behind the scenes, just making sure that we're ready to serve the community again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been down to your Y. I don't go regularly, but I've been down to your space, and it's a lively, hopping place all the time.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm down there, I happen to being a cleric, so I look kind of like a pastor. and your space is probably one of the worst places in the world to look like a pastor because I can't get through. You just can't get back out of this space. But I have to tell you, I mean, what you've done down there, what you do down there, what your team does down there, I mean, just really creates a great community. I mean, really.
Appreciate that.
Really remarkable.
I appreciate it. It's really just about the people. Our mindset is to make sure that you have an amazing experience when you come into our facilities and you do anything that has to do with the Y. We just want to make sure that we're special to you.
Yeah. And I think, my sense anytime I've been there, for those people who are there, they really have that sense. It's a great, you do just a great kind of job. And I'd also offer that every now and again, I get kind of grumpy about paying my Y membership fee. I say to my wife, I say, we can go to Planet Fitness for a lot less money. She's like, well, yeah, but look what you're supporting. And I think that's, I mean, that sense of community is what you're supporting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, what I'll say is I'm not in the business of speaking bad about any other organization or facility.
Yeah.
What I will say is, and I will say this unapologetically, there is a special experience that you get when you come to the Y. You truly, truly get a family type feel and atmosphere, and no one's going to love you like we love you at the Y. Trust me, that I will say that.
That is for sure. That is absolutely for sure. No doubt about it. Yeah. So here we are, we're all still trying to figure out which way is up, and we're hoping for our gyms to be open in you know, in another week or so, and something resembling something normal. But what are you hoping for as we, you know, as we're looking into, a lot of things have changed, right? And how we see one another in some ways has changed. And
Yeah, I'm really hoping that everybody just kind of has this spirit of acceptance and helping one another as we find our new norm.
yeah,
I mean, no one really can tell you what normal is going to look like. There's going to be some things that everyone's adopting. That's just going to be how we get things done moving forward for the rest of our life. I mean, that's just what it is.
yeah.
So it's just that acceptance. I know, and I hope that everybody just shows a lot of patience and grace when it comes to that, because no one knows. I mean, I've never lived through a pandemic, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So,
None of us are old enough.
yeah. So I really just hope that everybody is just accepting, you know, and everybody ends up feeling safe enough to get on with some kind of normal life again. And we just get to enjoy each other and don't forget a lot of these lessons that have been happening during this time. It's crazy that we're all kind of obligated to do the social distancing and staying away, but it's also been awesome to like have dinner with my family and spend more time with the whole family, and everyone's not scattered around running here, running there, because we're home.
Right.
So it's been kind of a blessing in disguise. I think this was pretty drastic to get here, but
That's for sure. But yeah.
but I hope people keep that in mind. You know, that good family time. Try to find a way to keep that going.
Yeah, you know, there was I think it was at the end of March, there was an editorial in the Wall Street Journal that somebody was writing in, and her daughter had said, "I like coronavirus." And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I mean, what her daughter was talking about was her family was home for dinner. It had never happened before, you know. You know, just like what you were saying. We used to worry about elders and still worry about elderly folk who are lonely. But all of a sudden, that's been brought back to us that maybe we really do care. And, you know, maybe we all care more than we like to sometimes think.
Yeah.
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 Important to slow down for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, so are you getting feedback like from your members on if they're ready to come back or if they're super eager to come back?
It's a mixed bag. We have had a lot of really positive support. And we have some members, it's funny. So we have when we do this feeding program, we've had some members that they'll come and they'll get that meal, and then they'll all take their own little spot in the parking lot and kind of socialize out there within their social distancing. And then because we are having so much contact with our members, you are getting that true feeling. So some of them are so frustrated because they can't wait to get back in. Then there's some that are scared. And I think there's going to be tons of people that are just scared. Some people are going to wait to see how this thing turns out. And, you know, we'll just be ready for them when they do feel like they're ready to come back. So it's a mixed bag, really, it is.
Amos, it's great to be with you. It's always great to be with you. It's always great to be around you. What a great, you know, it's always, you know, good to be with you and hear what you're up to and hear your heart and your passion for the place that you serve. It's our honor and our pleasure to occasionally be able to do a few things with you all and, you know, think of you as our friends down there. So
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Thanks so much. And to everybody else who's watching this, it's been great to be with you. And we hope to see you again sometime with another edition of The View from Here, even if it's View from Zoom. Thanks a lot.